Okay, this video is going to be for anybody that's been dealing with any health issues, mental health issues, or any struggles with their body, their health. I got you. I've been through the ringer with it. I've had a lot of chronic health conditions my whole entire life, and I got long COVID last year, 2022, which was really, really difficult. I'm in a much better space now, but I'm still slowly kind of coming out of it and getting better every day, every week. But I want to talk about intuitive healing. I want to talk about how we're our own best healers. I've had quite the journey learning how to talk to my body and listen to my body and understand what it needs. And I've gotten to a point now where it's gotten a lot better and I can really understand my body. I can hear things like last year I heard, you need iodine, you need iodine. And as soon as I started taking iodine, it was like my body came back to life. I've heard different minerals that I've needed. I've heard all kinds of different things that I've just learned how to open up the communication pathways with my body, and I want to explain to you kind of my journey along the process, how it went for me, and then how you can do it yourself. Because I've learned as well that not only can I talk to my own body and communicate to it and see what it needs on a level, whether it's like food sensitivities or different organs that need more love and more help. I've been able to do it for other people too, and I've started doing health readings, and it's been really quite amazing. To be honest, it's been a little scary because dipping my toes in that area of, I don't know what you'd call it, the medical field. Not that I'm a medical practitioner in any way, but just being in that energy of helping people with their health has been very rewarding, but also scary because I want to make sure I do a good job and help people in a natural, holistic way. So my whole life I've struggled. I'll just give you like a brief little recap of my life. When I was little, I had a lot of stomach issues. I had really bad allergies. I had IBS, acid reflux, and chronic fatigue for most of the life that I can remember, ever since I was little. When I got to be 27, that's when my fibromyalgia came in, which is chronic body pain. That was really hard. I started dealing with depression and anxiety on top of that, and then I developed so many different types of skin issues, chronic yeast infections, migraines. It was kind of like a domino effect throughout my life, especially I'm about to be 37, so it's been about 10 years where it's like I deal with one issue and then a new one comes, and then I deal with another issue and then a new one shows up. So it's been a very frustrating journey. But there have been a lot of beautiful benefits to it, and in the fact where I've learned how to take care of myself and how to be my own doctor and to give my body what it needs. Because I've gone through the medical field, I've gone to so many doctors and specialists throughout especially the past 10 years, actually my whole life, but especially the past 10 years. And I didn't receive a lot of help from them. There was a lot of misdiagnosis, a lot of, let's just give you this prescription to put a Band-Aid on it type of thing. I never really saw amazing results. And then I went to holistic doctors and I saw some results and some help, but I still struggled with getting all the answers I needed. Then I went plant-based, which is a whole nother video that I have on my YouTube channel, which made all of my symptoms a lot worse and gave me a whole new list of symptoms. So I don't recommend that. But again, you have to follow your own intuition and follow what's right for you. So after I did plant-based for 4 years, I went back to eating meat. I started feeling a lot better eating meat. It was what my body needed. I was missing a lot of nutrients, and I slowly started to feel a little bit better. I went more of like a paleo kind of diet, and then in 2022, so that was 2021, 2022 I got diagnosed with long COVID, and that was hell. It was horrible. I started off with walking pneumonia and had that for a very long time. I had so many different painful spots in my body where it was hard to even stand. The fatigue got so bad, I had to get on prescription stimulants because caffeine wasn't enough. I had terrible brain fog, migraines. It was like one thing after another with the long COVID. And I joined some support groups and things like that, and it helped. But what I realized with long COVID and even like chronic illness is some people are like, I have these issues, and I started taking magnesium, right, and I feel better. Or I started taking CoQ10, or I started taking iodine, and then people are like, maybe that's what I need. And what's tricky with that is maybe it is, but a lot of the times our bodies can, have similar symptoms, but we're all having different kind of deficiencies. So And that's why it's so important to learn the language of your body. So I started with all that fatigue, I couldn't really get out of bed a lot. I would get to work, and that was about all the energy I could extend. And I would sit in bed and I would meditate and I would practice listening to my body and communicating to my body and trying to develop a better relationship with it. I didn't really know exactly what I was doing, but it just felt right. And over time, my body started to open up more and trust me. Because when you develop a relationship with your body and you start to learn the language of it, a lot of us have kind of suppressed a lot of emotions over time, so our body doesn't fully trust us to communicate to us. That makes sense? I use the analogy of developing a relationship with a child. Say you're a teacher and you are teaching a little child, right? Little 4-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever, little child. And the child doesn't know you. Maybe it didn't grow up in a safe home environment to express its feelings. And you're trying to get this child to express how they feel. And they're scared. They're terrified. They have to develop a relationship with you, right? To trust you. And I feel like that happens with our bodies a lot. We can suppress our emotions over years and years and years. And we can kind of judge ourselves and be hard on ourselves. So then when we start to try to talk to our bodies and give it space to breathe and ask it what it needs, it's kind of scared. I think our bodies can be like, no, you're going to get mad at me, you're going to get judgy, you're going to get upset. So that's what I've learned with my body. I had to give it a lot of time and patience and learn how to create a non-judgmental space to get it to open up, to talk to me. So when I say talk to me, it's not like I hear a separate voice or something. It's just really communication that comes through my thoughts. And it's a really beautiful thing. So if you want to start this journey of learning about your body and trying to understand what's going on, whether you're struggling with a physical ailment, a chronic condition, mental health, anything really you can do this for, start setting the intention every day. Take 5 minutes out of your day, or 2 minutes if you only have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever works. And tell your body every day, I'm creating a safe space for you. Show me how I can create more peace and more of a safe feeling for you to open up to me because I want to understand what you need. Please tell me what you need and kind of set that intention and say it out loud and say, and so it is. You can do this while you're driving, while you're in the shower. Just say it every day. If you can say it multiple times during the day, that's great. But at least do it once in the morning or once at night. And just set that intention for your body. Start the communication process. And then after you start doing that for a little while, once you set those intentions, try to create a space to listen, right? Which is meditation. Meditation is kind of listening. It's opening up. Say, okay, body, what do you want to show me? What's going on? Is there a supplement I should bring in? Is there a nutrient I'm deficient in? Are there foods in my diet that are irritating me? Is there some emotional trauma that needs to be felt and released? You can ask it specific questions like that, and then try to sit for a minute and see if anything comes up, right? Put on some music. You don't have to do it for a long time, just a couple minutes. Just try to just listen and see if sometimes memories of my past will pop up while I'm doing this, of my childhood, and it's like my body's trying to connect with something that happened a long time ago. But it can take some time. Be patient with it at first when you start doing this. Also, another technique that I've talked about a lot before, which I'm going to mention again because it's been so powerful for me, is when you ask your body yes or no questions, you can feel it in different areas of your body. So everybody's different. You have to kind of work with your body and see, but ask your body a question you already know the answer to. Like, my name is Megan, right? So I would be like, is my name Megan? Is my name Megan? And close your eyes and see where you feel that answer, because that would be yes, right? I am Megan. So that's a yes answer. I feel it right here. I feel all the energy right here. And then if I say, okay, body, is my name Brittany? Is my name Brittany? I actually feel it down in my sacral chakra. That's where I feel a no. So if you're asking your body, different questions, yes or no questions, that can help too during this process. See where you feel. Some people feel no in their feet. Some people feel yes in their head. Some people feel it in their arms. It's different for everybody, so you kind of have to learn your own personal communication with your body. So that's kind of a first step, and that can help because sometimes when you get an intuitive message from your body, sometimes it can be confusing, like, well, wait, is that an intuitive message, or was that just a random thought that I had? Is that my logical mind trying to find an answer to my problems? So this is going to help you develop a stronger intuition. Another thing that I use all the time is my pendulum, and I even use this while I'm doing readings for other people to confirm. Because when I'm doing a health reading for somebody, I will set the intention first out loud to connect with their guides, their body, my spirit team, and I set a whole intention of what I want to accomplish. I want to help them to feel better physically and to gain the knowledge that they need to move forward in their life with more joy and more health and happiness, right? And so then I sit there and I take deep breaths and I just listen and I wait for information to come in. And I'll hear things like blood sugar problems or liver problems or, and then sometimes it comes through as thoughts. So sometimes it's like still trying to understand the difference between, okay, is that my intuition? Is that what I'm channeling? Or is that my logical mind that's making things up? Or, because it can be kind of confusing when you're trying to learn to talk to your body, not getting caught up in like what you think that it should say or might say. I don't know if this makes sense. I hope this makes sense. But that's where the pendulum comes in handy, I think, because it's kind of like a confirmation for me. So you can use any kind of necklace with a weight at the end. Sometimes I use my keychain. Like, it doesn't have to, this is tiger's eye, but it doesn't have to be a stone. You just ask your guides to connect with it. You ask your body to connect with the stone, and you ask it yes or no questions. I ask my guides to move it back and forth like this for yes and keep it still for no. A slight move is a maybe. But I'll just ask them, like, so if I'm channeling for somebody and it's like, oh, they have blood sugar problems, and I hear that, I'll ask them, like, is that what I'm hearing? Are they having blood sugar problems? And then if it moves like this, it's a yes. If it's still, then it's a no. This has been really powerful in helping just confirm the things that I hear or that come in. But if you're not hearing anything and you're getting frustrated and you're like, I don't know what my body's trying to say, you can ask your body to connect with this and ask it yes or no questions. And I do this too for like supplements. If I think a supplement's good, want to ask, do I need this supplement or do I need to bring this food in, or is it okay if I have this food? I kind of treat my body like it's like a little child of its own like entity, right? And I try to just take care of it and nurture it. And I do it a little extremely now, but I feel like my body just needs more attention right now for everything it's been through, and it's really just helping me feel a lot better. My depression's been a lot better. My anxiety's been better. My physical health has been so much better. I finally started working out at the gym again, which has been a huge step for me. So this is working. I've had a lot of chronic issues my entire life, so I'm aware it's going to take some time for me to get my body to the point of where I want it to be. But this actually works really well. I think there's a lot of good doctors out there. I think they're doing their best, honestly, with the information they've been given. But I feel like with all the health problems people are having, along with people dealing with chronic health conditions, autoimmune disorders, there are so many people that are really, really sick from COVID. There are a couple Facebook groups I've joined that of long COVID sufferers, and there's a lot of people out there that have suffered 2 or 3, 4, well, maybe not 4 years. It wouldn't be 4 years since COVID. Well, maybe for some people, but 3 years that they've had like chronic, horrible, bedridden problems with COVID, and it's really sad. And a lot of them just don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to talk to their own body. They're just looking, like when I first started feeling sick, I used to like go, well, first I started going to a lot of doctors, right? And I started going down that road. Then I went to a lot of medical debt. Then I went to holistic doctors and jumped around into different specialists. And then I was like, all right, no one's helping me. Like, I have to figure out how to do this myself. So I started with food. I started changing my diet. I started learning about food. I started learning about the emotional body and how we store trauma and how that trauma can lead to pain. Sometimes when we have pain in our body, I'll ask the body what emotions connected to that pain, and I'll wait and listen, and I'll hear something, right, like fear, grief, or anxiety, or I'll hear something, and then I ask the body, okay, what are you afraid of? If it's fear, I'm like, what is scaring you? What's going on? And I'll sit in that energy, and then I'll set an intention. I keep saying set intention because our words are so powerful. These are like, they work so well. Sometimes I can be so caught up in a thought or something that's worrying me, and as soon as I set the intention out loud to find clarity in it, I speak it, it's like, boom, it comes in. So if you do anything from this video, I would just say intention, set the intention. I'll say something like this. Okay, Megan, I understand you're afraid of something and there's some energy in your body that needs to be expressed. I'm setting the intention to put all my judgments aside. I'm allowing all of those feelings to come through. I thank my body thank you, body, for bringing this to my attention and feeling safe enough to communicate with me. I now asked for you to show me exactly what this pain is so I may feel in it, understand it, and release it. And so it is. I always think that's powerful to say at the end of an intention. And so it is. It kind of like claims that it's happening, and then the energy comes forward. When I first started doing this, sometimes it would take a few days for my body to bring the energy up after I set the intention. Now I can do it, and it's like within 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I'm crying. Sometimes I'll cry for a minute before I even understand what I'm crying about, and then my body, my intuition will show me what's going on, and I'm like, oh, this is so powerful. And you can use these intentions to release emotional blockages, but also see like what food sensitivities you have. You can ask your pendulum, like, can I eat this? Can I eat that? And, see what foods you're sensitive to. See what minerals you need more of. I love doing this for people, and I want to continue to help people. And I'm doing a bunch of free ones right now, but I'm going to start doing some more after that, and I want to keep it under like $100 because I just want affordable healthcare for people. Like, I used to charge $150 for my readings, and that's not too bad, I don't think, but I just know how many Americans are struggling with money, and it saddens me that people can't get the healthcare that they need. So I want to be able to provide something affordable, but to the point where I'm still able to have a business and, have an equal exchange of energy. So I don't know exactly how much I'm going to charge yet. I think it might be $90. It might be less. We'll see. But I also want to show people how to do this themselves, because you don't need me. If you feel like you do and you feel called to work with me, that's awesome. But like, you have the power to do this. It just takes practice. It's like working a muscle. It's like going to the gym, right? It just takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of dedication. But a lot of people that are sick are having to rest more and do have the time to do this, are finding a way to make the time to do this, to connect with themselves. So intuitive healing is something I'm so passionate about. Our bodies are so amazing. I've had a really hard time developing a relationship and learning to love and trust my body. I've kind of had a lot of anger towards my body my whole entire life because of the health issues I've had. Ever since I was little, it's something I've been very insecure about. When you're young and you have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and you're having horrible poops, and you don't talk about that with your friends. You don't talk about that with people because you're embarrassed. I was so embarrassed, and I was so tired all the time, and no one could figure out why I was so sleepy. And I had allergies, and I was stuffy, and I would have to go get allergy shots, and I built up a lot of shame towards myself over the years. And that's something that I've had to work through as well, is learning that my body's trying to talk to me. It's trying to communicate. All those years I didn't understand the language. I was like, okay, this hurts, and this is off balance, and I'm tired, but I don't know why. I didn't understand the power of foods. I didn't understand the power of expressing your emotions and getting it out and feeling things and how important that was. And I've come to a place now where I actually really love my body. I still get frustrated with it because I'm human, but I do love my body, and I thank it and I appreciate it for telling me what's going on and what it needs. And I think when you start to do that, your body starts to open up more. It's like, oh, okay, like, let's meet each other halfway. Let's learn how to talk to each other. So now I talk to my body a lot, all the time. I got asked to pick up a shift tonight. I also bartend, and I even asked my body before I picked it up. I was like, "Are you okay with working tonight? Are we okay? Are you okay?" My body's like, "Yeah, you're good. And I even asked, like, "Are we good to make a video? Do we have enough energy for this?" Or like, I'm meeting with a lot of clients right now, and I'm doing all these readings, and I'm like, "Do you have the energy? Do you have the space today to do a reading?" If I feel like no, I don't do it. Like, I'm like, I love this body. I want it to last me a long time. I want to feel good in this earth. I've lived my life, a lot of my life, feeling really crappy and really tired and really heavy. And I'm coming out of that. I feel like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I just want to help a lot of people feel better. I feel like I'm more anxious now to get better just to help more people. I want to help people. I want to show people how powerful they are. I want to show people that they have this ability to talk to their bodies and that it's a beautiful thing when you learn it. It's very, very beautiful. It's very rewarding. And it can be frustrating, the process, but it's so worth it. And I feel like this is where our world needs to head in the direction of, is intuitive healing, intuitive connection to our bodies, to understand what we need, to understand what's right for us. I think I used to look at other people, like I would go on Reddit forums or I would listen to all these intuitive healers, like, oh, you need more magnesium or you need more vitamin D. Everyone needs vitamin D. Everyone needs this. And it's like, some of those things I'm sure I did need, but a lot of it I didn't. And I've spent so much money on supplements over the years. I probably could have bought a house, honestly, with the amount of money I spent on supplements and doctors. It was crazy. But I just encourage you guys to learn how to work with your bodies, learn how to love your bodies, learn how to nurture them, send them love and compassion through your words, not just through your actions. Actions are important too, of course, but through your words. Talk to your body, talk to yourself. I used to feel weird about telling people talking to themselves because I thought that's what crazy people do. But I feel more sane and centered than I ever have, and I talk to myself all the time. So I think it's a good thing. I'm going to leave this video there. I want to keep it nice and short and simple. If you guys have any questions on what I talked about, or if you want me to explain more in depth certain things, just comment them down below. Hopefully I can start making more videos. I actually want to buy more equipment too to make nicer videos with better sound. Because I miss doing this. I miss making content. It's been a very important healing part of my journey, is vocalizing things and speaking up and teaching. And I hope that I can continue to do more for you guys. So comment how you like this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!